Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing today? How's it going? I have my second Pokemon TCG Pocket Pack to open today. So that'll be some fun for us. How y'all doing? Fingers, hello, welcome in. Mallory. I forgot to reset. I just took the game that I was playing off and then forgot that I had to add something new. Ripsora, thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. Pitman, hello. Wild Yami. Soy Edgar, what's up everyone? What's up everybody? Let's see, I'm gonna open yet another Shining Revelry pack. Toad's Universe, Onizus, hello, hello. Doing a fun little bonus evening stream. I'm gonna do some doodles. As is my namesake, but first we're gonna open our card pack. Let's see. Okay, which one? Oh, I should have the TikTok join us first. Oh, it reset all of my things. It reset all of my things that I had done. Here we go. I guess I just call it drawing for a video. I'm working on my evolution for my next video. I haven't worked on it in a while. All right, let's see what we get. This one. Anything fancy? Nothing fancy. That means nothing new. Man, today I had my nephew open a pack for me. He got 3 Geodudes in one pack. That was insane to me. I could not believe it. Alright, let's see. So I'm working on... My entire apartment is jittering. Somebody's bumping their music so loudly that it is shaking the walls of my apartment. Oh my gosh, that's really a lot. Also, is it this one? One of these is out of proportion. Hang on, let me draw circle-ish. Actually, let me draw a perfect circle so that they'll... Let's turn it into a circle. Okay. Circle. Is that the one? Ah! That's the one that's correct. Okay. Fantastic. Hi, Sophia. How are you doing? Hide avatar. What are you trying to do? I don't wanna... I'm not sure what that command does. But anyway, yeah, we're working on drawing a new evolution for my video that I got going on. Let's pop this out. So hides the Pokemon avatar thing at the bottom. Oh no, that just lives there. I don't I don't have a command to get rid of that. That's just popping around down there. Alright, let's see. So I'm doing a dragon type evolution. I'm trying to think what kind of like pose I want to do. It's hard to... A lot of the evolutions are just kind of sitting. So it's kind of... I'm trying to think, like maybe I have it down in like a little... like that kind of thing, and it's like up here and its tail is sweeping around like that, but it's like it's got its little legs, not like that, but it's like legs in the air, and maybe it's like stretching or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't know if I've seen one that does that. Oh, did it hide your avatar down there? Maybe it did. I don't know. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that was an option. That's funny. Okay, and so like this kind of shape. Honestly, did I nail it in one? Didn't I nail it in one? I like that. I think I want the tail to be a little further though. So let's get my microphone closer to where I'm actually at right now. Let's see. Like that, you know? Because I'm planning on a longer tail for this one. Planning for this one to have a longer tail like that. I think that's pretty good. What's up, Pickle? Welcome in. Thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. It's good to see ya. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get some like actual shape elements going with this then. I think that I want its head to be shaped kind of like that. That's kind of what all the Evolutions head shapes are like, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do... I want to do kind of like horns. Gotcha. I see. I didn't know that was a thing that you could do. Okay, and we got some like a double spike going on here. Also trying to determine if I want it to like, if I want it to have like scales or if I want it to have fur. Or maybe I want the like littler spikes to be... No, I like the placement of that one. I'm gonna keep that one in and I'll just erase this. Do I want it to have like inner, like closer to the middle of its head like spikes? You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I think this one like that. And then they're actually more in line with this one here. Because of the angle? I think outside is a little easier. Got some great and wonderful news today. Amazing. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Of course, only if you're comfortable, but if you want to share it. Love to hear what news you got. I know! Just a surprise little Wednesday stream. How's it going, Jack? How do I want to do this? I don't feel right about... I think maybe just one. Maybe just one and it's on the inside. And I think that's good. I think I was getting too excitable about having two. There we go. That's pretty good. Had a crazy few days. Oh no. Or yay? I don't know how you want to feel about your days being a little wackadoodle. Let's see. My pen is too thin. Let's see. Give it a little more of a cheek here, which we can always work more on a little bit later. Let's see. And then eyes here. I think I'm gonna do like eye ridges maybe? I don't know, it looks weird. It looks like eyebrows. The incident that happened in Liverpool. I didn't. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes we don't even see news from our own countries. Really good stuff. after weighing for over 8 months plus they finally got a neurologist appointment. Nice! That's awesome, Dill Pickle. I'm glad you got that. My goodness, I can't believe you had to wait 8 months though. You won the English football title. 1.5 million people showed up for the bus parade. That's so many people. Holy crap, that's so many. That's a ridiculous amount of people. Oh my gosh. Did you go to that? Okay, we got... And it's gonna, of course, have the little eyes like it normally does. I don't think the face needs to have, like, a ton more details. Let's go... Okay, along the body, though, we're gonna put some spikes. Like that. I think I want to set them in here a little bit more, so I'm like extending them down here. It's like a line like that. At the end of the parade, ran over. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You saw everything and you were on the street. That's actually insane. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry that happened. Jeez. I'm glad you were okay. My gosh. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and kinda a little less down this way. Maybe actually I'll start spacing them out more. But this is just the sketch. Okay, and then I want it to like come into a like I want it to be kind of cartoonishly dragonish. You know what I mean? Have like a little like triangle at the end of the tail. I think that's my goal here, yeah. And we're gonna do a regular little cat paw. The idea, it took me so long to figure out how I wanted to do this, and it just like came to me very swiftly when it did. Despite the parade was one of the best experiences, we were like, gosh, okay. It's been happened in Germany a few months ago, dang. Well, I'm glad it was a really good day. Despite all that. That must have been really scary, though. If I accidentally eliminate Poltergeist or Sinistra, I crash out. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of control over that, so putting your crash out in the hands of someone who has no control either way about it. Okay, got some... How do I want to do this? That cat paw is like extending very far over, so we don't want to go quite that far. I also don't know, do I want to do like claws or something? I don't feel like any of the other evolutions really have like claws like that, so I don't think so. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Jack. My goodness. And then this one's kind of gonna do a little bit of a like... like a prowl kind of situation. But yeah, he was kind of like stalking, you know? Put it towards the middle. Okay, and then the other foot goes back there. That's pretty alright to me. I think maybe I might like it to have like a little bit of like patterning somehow. But let's do a second layer, like the line art color, so that we can really like get in here. Let's see, is this... kind of want this to be a little, like, sharper. Yeah. And like that, kind of like it's like an actual sharp edge. Oh, those spikes are different heights. Gonna have to make that one a little bit taller. 1:51 a.m. for you. My goodness, it's too late. It's too late. Palpitude fan, thank you so much for clocking in for your shift. Thanks for being here. Okay, and it's gonna go... like that. That was a weird little line that I did there. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm gonna get a little eyebrow here and here. Cal, thank you. Wizards 101. Actually, no, sorry. This is Elden Ring. You're usually asking about Elden Ring, but this is actually what that is right now. Is this a fake one? Yeah, it's for my Drawing New Evolution series. Finally had the idea of what I wanted to do for my next one. I usually ask the Poke Girlies group chat and I'd be like, okay, what's the next evolution I should do? And Maddie said dragon, and then I took 8 to 10 business weeks to to decide which one I wanted to do. The nose for these is usually just kind of a like that. What do other evolutions' noses look like? Are they like triangles maybe, huh? Let's see. Too much technology surrounding me. Oh. Let's see. Evolutions. I think they're it's kind of a triangle, but not like completely. Thank you. It's gonna be the dragon type evolution that I'm drawing. Designing your new Pokemon trainer. Very fun. With a fairy type team. What team are you thinking so far? Do you have ideas? Do you have thoughts and feelings about it so far? It looks like they're mostly just like very, very small triangles. The earlier evolutions had even smaller noses, but we'll go for like a kind of that shape for that one, and I think that's good. And give it like a little like eye socket eyebrow line there. Okay, and we're gonna start with the spine that's happening back here. Like that. Oh, I want it to get all the way down. And I want there to be still like body behind it. Like it's not just like right on the edge like that. Okay. Sweet. Oh. What was that? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. How's it going? How's it hanging? Thanks for coming in. Okay. Kind of like that. How's that look? Looks alright. That looks okay. I'm not mad about that. I think I want the like spikes to be a different color. I think that Eevee would get a new evolution on Legends EA. I hope so. I saw people talking about there maybe being like a flying type. Or an ice. Well, not an ice type. There already is. But the like color, something about the color on a hot air balloon. I'm trying to stay away from like actual leaks and stuff though, so I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. And then around here is where I want it to start getting like a little more sparse. So it's not like too many spines. Whoop. And it's got just like a little spike. Little spikes here and there. And it gets even smaller, just like a tiny little hint of a spike. Yeah, I think that fades out pretty cleanly, I feel like. Wants me to feed it a chimkin. Maybe. Probably we'd eat an entire chicken. Give it like a long sweeping line. I'm a big fan of the fact that I gave it a little triangle tail at the end here. That makes me very pleased. Here we go. And then a little leggy like that. Little paw. There we go. What's up, Quantico? Finn the Doodler indeed, that's me. That's what I'm doing. My glove is not sliding the way that it should. It's sticking a little bit, and I'm frustrated with that. I wanted to give this one kind of bigger paws because a lot of the evolutions end up being real delicate, and that's not my goal for this one. How's my... Okay. I was gonna start this stream actually earlier, but my iPad had passed away. Think we'd ever get a normal type evolution for Eevee? I drew one. I don't think we will, but if we do, I drew what I think it would look like. Ooh, a shiny Grimmsnarl, Togekiss, Gardevoir, Galarian, Rapidash, Tinkaton, and Hatterene. A very Gen 8 team. A very Gen 8 team, I like that. Let's see, can I find... It won't show you my menu. Where's... Oh yeah, this is the normal type evolution that I did already. Big fan of this one. Here's the bug one that we did as well, and here's the poison type one. I'm really proud of the poison type one. I like this one a lot. But the dragon type one is what we're working on at present. Let's see. I'm trying to think what color I want the shiny to be. That's the wrong line. Okay. Okay. How's that for line art? Do I want any more, like, little things on it? I think that's pretty good, probably. I feel like a lot of the time... Ooh, how do you choose what Pokemon to be on the screen? You do the little... Oh, I added an S. Do the stream avatar command. And you can pick from any of the ones that are available there. Think pink and purple. That could be cute. That could be pretty cute. This one's the dragon one. Let's see. So let's start as I like to do. Yeah, it's a pretty good base layer. I don't think I need a whole lot more in the way of like extras to add onto it. I don't really want to give it wings. I actually have an idea for a name for this one. I want to call it Drakeon. And drakes don't have wings. They are ground-bound dragons. Let's see. Alright, so I just color picked from the reference thing. Can I get rid of this now? we go. Okay. Just gonna color it in. Like, that's the color that I'm thinking. It shows up a little silly on your guys's. Oh. Oh. I was just like, what the heck? Is there somebody who... I thought you... So I saw you change it. Jockman, thank you so much for subscribing. You subscribed for 14 months. You might be one of my oldest subscribers. Would you like to give me a Pokemon to draw from memory? Every sub, I'll draw your Pokemon from memory that you select. Welcome in, by the way. It's good to see ya. Let's see. If Klefki isn't popping up, then Klefki's not in it. You could, on the link it shows what Pokemon are available. It says it's there. Let me look. If it's yellow, that means that it's finished. The white one, the ones that are whited out are not completed. It's just the yellow ones. So it is a Pokemon, but for sure, but it hasn't been added in yet. A lot of the newer ones haven't. So yeah, that's like a dex tracker, and so it's like if somebody had, like, all of the Pokemon are on the list, but not all of them are marked as caught, if you will. I put that in quotes because some type of maroonish color would fit a dragon well. That would be kind of interesting. Well, we might have to try that for the shiny. For the way evolutions tend to be is that they usually are the primary color that kind of is representative of the type that they are, and so like the fairy type is pink. There's the blue one is water type, yellow. It's try to keep that like brand recognizability, if you know what I'm saying. And so I do think it's not like necessary, but I think that in order to get it to be like kind of sort of insanely dirty room are you hiding from us? What do you mean? What a weird thing to say. But I think that for the like normal color of the Pokemon, in order to make it like kind of a realistic evolution, it needs to be the main color that is symbolic of dragon, which is this like kind of blue that we see here. I color picked this from the icon. I want it to be called Drakeon, and drakes are dragons that don't have wings. So I'm gonna fact check myself just to make sure I'm not like saying nonsense. Drake, dragon. Yeah, they don't have wings. They have 4 legs and no wings, and I feel like that's a pretty good name for it. I feel like that works pretty well. Ugh, coloring in these spikes is gonna be obnoxious, but it's okay. It's okay. Alolan Eradicate? Oh, I can try. For every sub I'm getting over here, we're drawing a Pokemon from memory. So let's see. Alright, take a quick break so we can draw Alolan Eradicate. Let's see what do I think it looks like from memory. So he's got little ears, of course. Kinda got like a little scruffy head. He kind of looks like a chinchilla, honestly. Kind of looks like a chinchilla. Let's see. How about he's just like he's really chonky, so I'm gonna give him a lot of space on the sides. And he's got big old cheeks like this. He looks real upset also. He's got his little eyes like this. And then his little nose. This is kind of the energy that I get from Alolan Raticate. Thought it was a Vaporeon for a half second. It's got similarities. They both have their little like spikes on the side. And all that. Look at him! Look at him! I think he looks angrier than that typically, but he's got big old chompers. This is kind of the energy that I remember, and he's got like weird little, his hands all weird and small like that. Like he doesn't really have arms. It's just like a little paw. And I think he's got little weird little rat feet. Does he have markings on him at all, or is he just like a gray little rat? What does his tail look like? I mean, that couldn't be. That can't be right, but that's what I can think of. That's all I can remember. Why is he so cute? Why is he so cute? And then we'll give him some color as well. He's just gray, right? Like he's just, in general, he's just like a little gray fella. But his ears are a different color. It's okay, I'll color in his eyes properly in a second. That's kind of what he looks like. And then he's got like his little cheeks are the kind of this color, and his paws are kind of the same, and little feet. I can only assume that if he has a tail like that, it looks like that. Thank you so much, Kess. I appreciate that. And we're gonna do these little, all the flesh kind of parts of his face are like this weird gray. Everything that doesn't have fur on it, I suppose. We'll color his tooth in, his little eyes. I think his nose is probably like gray also. That's all I can think of when I think of this dude. Okay, let's try searching. What is Alolan Raticate? Let's look at him. I wasn't far off. Oh, he's got sort of like a little brown patch on his tummy. He does have a really chunky face though. I create barbecue waiting for my food after skipping breakfast to make sure I'm hungry. Look at this dude. That's not far off. That's pretty close. He's got a lot more brown on his body. And his ears are the same gray. Here, we'll color him in. Yeah, he's got little gray ears. With like brown fur inside. I was gonna say, it's like I knew there had to be something going on with the color. There's something a little different with the color. He's got little like gray tufts or brown tufts in his ears, and he has like a, oh, maybe I undid this by accident. I swore I had. There we go, colored it in. But then he's got a little patch on his stomach. It looks like this. He looks like this. Kind of. And then he also just has like a lot of whisker stuff coming off him. So that's more what he's like, but that's pretty good. Little whiskers. There he is. There he goes. Hi, Kyosa. Very nice. Very good. Alright. Back to this thing. Maybe I might give it some like scale detailing. Because I'm thinking I want it to... This thing is very much like Vaporeon, isn't it? This one's very much like Vaporeon. My camera's in the wrong spot. Quantico, did you just subscribe and it didn't alert or anything? Thank you so much for subscribing. Maybe it's gonna come through. I can draw, then drop me what Pokemon I should draw from memory for you. If Totodile doesn't win the elimination wheel, then I'll unsubscribe. Well, it's a good thing TikTok doesn't have subscriptions. A Klefki? I can draw you a Klefki. Have I drawn you a Klefki before? I feel like I had. I've drawn somebody a Klefki. Hi, Caleb. Okay, let's draw Klefki. I've definitely drawn Klefki before. Okay, let's see. So he's got... That's the wrong brush. Get me out of here. That's my coloring brush. Okay, so he's got a little face. It's like this. He's got a little lock in his face. Just gonna color that in because that's the color that it is. And he's got little eyeballs on either side of that, and he's very cute. And then this, he's kind of got like, what does he have? Is it like a little question mark? It's got like a little hanger on top of his head. I can't think what it is. TikTok does have subscriptions. Sure, but I don't have any of those. Is this from XY? Yeah, this is the like gate in between areas. You're not a fan of Calyrex? I'm not a fan of Calyrex either. It's got... I just looked at a Klefki. I just looked at a picture of Klefki on Mallory's video. Like moments ago. Okay, it's kind of got like this situation going on. He is too big. I need... Oh, no! I squished him. There we go. Make him a little smaller. And oddly off-center. Put him in the middle. Come on. Come on. Okay. So he's got a ring of keys, obviously. One of them's kind of like a weird little, like, spear like this with, like, dots on it. I don't know how that key works, but it does have one of those. It's, like, attached. There's just, like, one that's, like, kind of regular. Oh my gosh, Alex! Thank you so much for all the little crowns, Alex. I appreciate it. What the heck? My goodness. Really appreciate you. Thought Klefki is a coat hanger. Nope, it's a key. It's a little key dude. I don't know how the keys are really attached, but we're gonna say it's like... There's one like this. You know, like a normal key. I don't know how it's attached. I don't know how this works. And we're gonna go with a, like a very much like a skeleton key kind of thing. You know? Like a one of these. That kind of deal. I think it probably has a fourth key as well. It seems like it, like I feel like in my heart I remember there being 4 of them. Let's go for like a very normal standard. Like that kind of thing. Right? And then I think most of it's gray. But then it's got some like pink on its face and it's got some colorful keys. I believe. Just gonna color it in kind of loosely like that. And then I'm gonna have to go see if I have another Klefki that I've drawn after we like check what it's supposed to look like and all that. Oh, actually I think this key's like, I'm just gonna color all these gray because I don't know. I feel like this one's kind of like a weird, like orangey yellow, like that color almost. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe it's like a tag. Maybe it's a tag for more spider-based Pokemon. They just Spidops. Oh man. Oh man, yeah, Spidops is a little unfortunate. This one's like yellow, maybe? We'll call this one gray, but like a different gray because it's special. And we'll make this one the same goldy color, because I don't know. And then it's got sort of like a little, like its face is just kind of not that kind of pink. More of a, sure. That's what I think Klefki looks like. You requested Klefki, but you had to go before stream ended. Oh no! Well, let's see how I did. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. Oh, it has that teardrop. That's what I was thinking of. It's got like a weird little teardrop underneath it. This key on the far left is what I was thinking. This one? This right here? Oh. Whoa. Hey. Bring that back to me. This little guy, this one, this right here. Okay, it's got very normal keys though on here, honestly. Let's see. Let's go take a look. Where's this? There was pink there, but it wasn't on his face like that. Was it in this file? That'd be so funny. Not in that file, no. This was a previous stream then. When did I do this last? Oh? Was it in here? It was! This was my previous attempt at Klefki. I think I did better. I think I did way better than than I had previously. That looks way better. Yeah, like if we're gonna compare, that's so much better. That's so much better. Significantly so. Alright, well sweet. I'm glad to know I've been improving. Okay, so what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna color all these in, and then I'm gonna erase all the color that's on the outside. Because that is easier than trying to be real precious about coloring inside the lines. Okay, and then we'll just go in, we'll clean up the outside. I'm a little bummed that you guys can't like zoom in with me and everything, because that's part of what I like seeing when people are doing art, is seeing exactly what they're working on. Like, you can't even see my reference images or anything like that. Not that I have any up right now, but sometimes I do. So, like, I had a reference image pulled up so that I could color pick the dragon type color from it. Okay, great. And then we're gonna give him some little eyeball color. Give him dark eyes, as most evolutions have. We'll maybe do some color with the line art later. Are any of you guys getting Destined Rivals card set? It's a Tyrantrum key. It does? Gorhorps, thank you so much for subscribing. What Pokemon do you want me to draw? What's up, moi 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 moi? What are you trying to unlock, Klefki? It doesn't have to be trying to unlock anything. It's just a little guy. It's just a little guy. Oh, that was too big of a brush. Like that. Oh, he looks a little scurry. It looks a little scurry. Do you think the keys are just from people who drop them and it just collects them? It might be. It might be. I truly think that could be it. Let's make these a little bit darker here. Yeah, there we go. Just to give it a little extra contrast. I'm thinking also that was wrong. I'd like to give it some like kind of like scales, I suppose. There's real, just like a little scale detail so that we know that it's a dragon. You know what I mean? And not like all over, not like completely, but just so that we know that it's not like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I feel like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like it's I don't want to like cover this drawing in a, I don't want to draw this this whole thing covered in scales. That's a lot of effort. But I do want us to be like, oh, it's not like a fluffy little, this is not a fluffy little evolution like most of them are. How do scales on a face go, especially if it's like a cat? Something like that, I presume. I think they would go this way on his little horns on his head. It would be real nice to have like some keys that would just like be wherever I wanted them to be. That'd be nice. I don't lose my keys all that often though, so I wouldn't be using that as often as a lot of people. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Sometimes with the colors, it's like, I don't know if a cat can move the way that I have this guy moving if it had scales, but that's Pokemon, man. Sometimes Pokemon are just a little silly goofy. Just a little silly goofy guy. And I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing about how scales work. I don't know. Something like that. Probably get the only Klefki in the world that loses their keys and you'd match each other's energy. That'd be funny. That'd be funny, and that would be so sad. That'd be such a bummer. Okay, we're just adding... more little scales. I think I'm gonna give him like a little, I might give him like a little white underbelly, like his tummy. Sometimes dragons have stuff like that, you know? I assume, if dragons were real. The How to Train Your Dragon movie's coming out in a little while, and I'm hesitant, but I'm excited, I think. I'm tired of live action movies though, honestly. That's the vibe that I'm feeling right now. Is that I just would rather they just made cool animated movies and didn't have to make them into real life. You know what I mean? You need a compass Pokemon. Yeah, there you go. Nose pass. Nose pass always pass points north. What are they gonna come up with next? An Apple Maps Pokemon? Google Maps? This is actually quite relaxing, oddly. It's kind of just like kind of loopy little lines. Oops, switched to my eraser. Not the move. Okay, like that. That one didn't look like a scale. That was the wrong way. Talking about that with somebody. Live action remakes are more limited and animation doesn't have as much personality. I know, they could like just make good movies. They don't have to steal the concept for movies that people enjoyed and be like, okay, but let's do this, except let's put people in it. 2 vampire teeth? Maybe. Maybe. Not a lot of evolutions with like teeth details though. It's my only thing. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. I like its little scales like that. Okay, what if we did like sort of a gray stomach? Like a gray-white stomach. It like extends down onto the leg a little bit. What if we gave it little white paws? That'd be cute. Be so sweet. Let's see, I'm just gonna run it into those and then erase what I don't want. Sort of like that is what I'm thinking. Thank you, Obi-Wan Shinobi, for the heart me. How are you doing? Little gray-white stomach for pen. Exactly, more Spider-Verse. More Spider-Verse. They need to do that more often. God, I like those movies so much. I'm gonna give it like a little, like a hint of a white strip on the tail as well, so that you can like see that it's like that all the way through. I think that's pretty nice. I think I might add more scales though, actually, on the stomach. Now that you can see that it's also, that it's like that. Look at that vibe. Yeah, there you go. I feel like that's pretty good. Live action Lion King. I know, it's not even live action. They didn't, those lions are not acting. They didn't do that. Why not? Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I get so annoyed with that one specifically because they're like, oh, it's live action, it's live action. Most of these movies aren't live action. Most of them are just CGI, which is like which is just animation of a different variety. And so if you're gonna say you're making a live action movie, just like maybe like make most of the stuff live in it. I don't know. Oh my gosh, you guys got to 10k likes. That means we gotta swap over and open a Pokemon card pack. Animated a Harry Potter instead of a live action remake. That'd be kind of funny. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for getting us to 10k likes. Oh, thank you for the heart me, Alex. Alright, we're opening Journey Together. Here we go. Let's see what we get. What energy do y'all think that we're gonna get out of here? Give me a real live-action Lion King where they're all in fursuits. That's just the Broadway play, though, isn't it? And the Broadway play, I've heard, is excellent. I've heard it's really cool. I don't think they needed to do Cats the musical the way that they did. Alright, we got a guess for grass. I'm gonna guess... You know, if there were dragon-type energies, I would just guess a dragon-type energy, but there are not, unfortunately. Okay, you think water? I'm gonna say water also, just because it looks so similar to Vaporeon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Speaking of water, stay hydrated, everyone. You think fire? Thank you so much for the Dizzy Bird, Alex. It's funny that I actually get to see them, like, animated on my head. I don't usually get to see that, because my face isn't usually large enough in the frame. Alright, I'm not in the middle. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright. I think electric or psychic. Lightning. Yeah, I guess metal or steel. I was just talking about this with my brother. It was so silly. Because I was like... because they changed the names of so many types. And he thought that they changed normal type to colorless overall, and I was just like in both of them, and I was like, no, they like it's always been colorless, and he's like, no, it's not, it was normal before, and it's like, no, in the game it's always been normal, but in the cards it's always been colorless, and he's like, oh, but we were talking about how silly that is. Alright, 3, 2, 1. It's psychic! Who said that? Pickle, you got it! You nailed it! You are a psychic, I think. I will say that every single time somebody says that. Thank you for the little crown, internet. I appreciate you. Alright, let's see what we get in here. We got Sprigatito to start out with. We got Silicobra, Hop Silicobra specifically. We got Fungus. The grass ones, it keeps thinking are part of the green screen. We got Darumaka and Darumaka. We got a Volcarona. Got Lokix. Iris's Fighting Spirit. Ooh, we got a reverse. Iono's Wattrel. Oh my goodness, look! We got Lily's Rabombi. That's so cute. Are you kidding me right now? That's so pretty. What else is in here? Oh, it's Hop's Dobwool, and we're gonna set that aside because this is so much fancier. Look at her. That's so pretty. I like this card a lot. It's still not the chase card that I'm going for, but this is quite nice. This is quite nice. I'm really happy about this. I'm looking to get... Oh, I like how they put the hollow, like, on her, like, irises. That's really cool. This is not the one that I was looking for. I really want Hops. I really want Hops Wooloo. It's sitting on that hill like that. It's so cute. But I'm very pleased about this. This is so cute. Thank you guys over on TikTok for all the likes that let us open card pack and pull this beautiful Lily's Rabombi. So sweet. This is in Journey together. Yeah. I'll set it right here so that if somebody asks what hits we have gotten, we can show them. Thank you guys so much. We open a card pack for every 5 sub points. And for TikTok 10k TikTok likes, as well as there we go. As well as sorry, my brain is shutting down apparently. As well as there's a channel point redeem. Rabombi is just a cutie patootie. It's so sweet. But yeah, the Hops Wooloo is the chase that I'm still looking after, hoping to get in there. All right, let's see. Let's do some lighting and shading, I think. Okay, so I always like to do shading, so we do like a multiply layer at like 45%, something like that, and then we grab like a dark purple. And we grab the brush that we actually like to shade with. But yeah, and then we have like that kind of color, and I feel like I like that a lot. Yeah, next pack at 20k. Okay, where is my light source? We're gonna say my light source is off to the right. It's like facing the light. So it's gonna be like shadowing a lot of the tail over here. Okay, and then we'll just erase the parts that we don't want. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. Hi, Geekology! I'm doing drawing evolutions for types that we don't have yet. So this is my dragon evolution that I got going on here. It's good to see you in here. How are you doing? How's your day? Hope your day's going well. I'm gonna say this leg is fully in shadow except like the top of the paw. From where I want the light to be coming from. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah. I'm trying to get it to differentiate itself just enough from Vaporeon because it's got like it's blue and it's got the spines across the back, so it's giving Vaporeon, which I understand, but I'm trying to differentiate it a little bit. Like get this little mid area in, so like that. And we're gonna blur those out. Because I know that Pokemon doesn't, but I like to blur my shadows a bit instead of just having them harsh like that. Cell shading is fun, but it's not what I'm wanting all the time. It's not what I'm always going for. while I have you here, Geek Ecology, if you're still around, have you ever done a video on like Pokemon pollinators, like all the different pollinators of the Pokemon world? Because I would watch that video if you made it. By the way, in case you were wondering. I think that would be really rad, and I want to hear about it. Also, I just pulled this card, which made me think of it just now, actually. But I had been meaning to ask you about it. But I just pulled Lily's Ribombee in a card pack. And so, I don't know. I just think it'd be pretty sweet. I think it'd be cool. In case you were looking for ideas or something. Okay, I don't want the entire stomach to be shaded, but a good bit of it here, like that. Ugh, I just really like how blurred shadows look on like rich colors like this. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Isn't it so cool? Ooh, you haven't done a whole video on them. Well, in case you were thinking about it, I would love to hear about all the pollinators of the Pokemon world. And like what specifically they're pollinating. Cause like I know Ribombee's gotta be one. Obviously Combee and Vespiquen. I love when my friends are good at things. For Mallory, oh my gosh, I request videos from Mallory all the time. It's just like, can you please tell me archaeology things about Pokemon? I'm just like, please, I want to learn. I like to learn. Let's see, clean this up a little bit. So all of my friends that have that are like in fields that I have no knowledge about, I'm just like, please tell me. Please. I was asking her about the like the runes that you can find in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I was like, tell me everything about them, please. Have I ever drawn a metallic Eevee? No, I haven't drawn a steel type one yet. I think we've done bug, we've done poison, and we've done normal type so far. So this is, here, I can show you guys those ones. I found out that they're all very clearly available. Here's the poison type one. It's my favorite. I love it so much. Hi, Stan! I'm so glad to see you here. How are you doing? You and Barboach, both, of course. Here's the bug type one that we did. I did 4 or 6 legs, which I thought would be fun. And then here is the normal type one. This is the one that I got. Because what if he just evolved by being real strong? What if you got it to like level like 58 or something without using any other evolution ones? What, bats pollinate in Pokemon? Good. And like the you know, because sometimes there's always like the Pokemon who walk along the ground, or the animals rather, that walk along the ground and like spread seeds around by like getting them caught in their fur. That's really fun. Arceus stuff really sticks out to me in cards. No joke. I pulled this card the other day with the Sigilyph, and I like pulled it out immediately, and it's like, I have to mail this to Mallory. It's got columns in there. It's got columns in there. Love to see ghost or flying type Eevee next. That'd be neat. It depends what mood strikes me. So sometimes then I'll just like I'll ask my friends to be like, hey, what do you want? What do you think? What do you think of these ideas? And then they'll be like, oh, it'd be cool if it was like this. And I go, bet, and I'll make it happen. Finn the Doodler can doodle? What a surprise. What a surprise. I actually am obsessed with this shading. I love how that purple really like brings some vibrancy to that blue. I like that a lot. Very happy. Okay, let's do, so for the highlight layer, I usually do a screen layer. Although I sometimes like do some alternate stuffs, and we do 45%, because I don't want it to be like too bright. Let's maybe do like What would be good here? Like a yellow would be interesting. Yeah, a yellow would be pretty bright. Sigilyph is very Mallory coded, incredibly. Oh my gosh. Cass, you were tapping the screen. My goodness. Wow, 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 wow. Hi, Mandalore. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. I love you. Okay, let's see. Let's do... So I'm imagining the horns are like a little bit glossy, like a little bit, and then it's got some like highlight points on the bridge of its nose and all that, you know? Like at the high points of its face. That would make sense to me. And I'll leave those kind of solid. I'm not gonna highlight the, or like scrub them out all the way. But I think I want the highlight to be kind of like a little bit wonky just because it's got all those scales to kind of make it go in whatever direction. Would I ever redo the original Evolution designs? But in my vision, I had never thought about that. I could do that. I don't know if I could do anything better though. I've redone their shinies. I've redone all their shinies before. I have 2 videos of, I have my like fixing shinies videos, and I have fixed all of their shinies, or at least changed all of their shinies. Some people would not argue that I fixed them, but that's okay. It's funny, a lot of people, like I got a lot of requests asking me to fix Espeon's shiny, and so I did, obviously. But then in that video, a lot of people were like, no, Espeon's shiny is so cute, don't change it, don't change it. And I'm like, okay, never mind. My bad. My bad. Didn't mean any harm by it. You know what? I might like Gaussian blur out all of these highlights because I don't. We'll add these back in. Whoop. That's on the wrong side. We'll add all these back in like solid form, and then I want to see what a Gaussian blur does to it all. Like, go here, just blur it out like that. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. Maybe a little more though. Just a little bit spotty, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know, it just kind of looks weird. It kind of looks weird to me. Let me just hit it with some like more solid ones in places. And then I don't like that. I don't know what to do here. I've never shaded scales before. That's never been something that I've done before. Didn't like Espeon shiny until I realized it looks like Glorp. What is Glorp? What does that mean? What are you saying? Glorp? Is that from something? What's that from? And then I wanna blur the ones on the face out a little bit more. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. What do y'all say? What do y'all think? I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Let me see. Did I? I did. Put my little signature here as well. I'm gonna sign it right here in a slightly larger pencil because that was too small. Put my signature right in there. That's what it looks like, and then we're gonna determine the shiny. I like it. I'm a fan. Let's see. Glorp? Is it this cat? Is this what you're talking about? I don't understand what that is. I don't understand what that is. Let's see. Now it is time to determine the shiny. Now it's time to determine the shiny. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this one. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna take this color here and I'm gonna just like, no. We're gonna just color over it with different colors until I decide which one is good. What I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. So somebody said maroon earlier would be an interesting color for a dragon type, so let's give that a go. Oh. Oh. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna want to change the... Oh, I didn't even... Hang on. Let me just actually delete what we just did here. I didn't finish this. Something else that I like to do is I like to duplicate the line art. And I like to blur it a little bit, and I feel like it adds to the vibe a little bit. Kind of gives it like the fuzzy on the edge, but I do kind of like that maroon. Black and green is a Toothless reference? Maybe. I do hesitate from like doing shiny because a lot of people's idea of like, oh, a good shiny, we gotta do like a full, we gotta make the shiny like black or white or something like that, and I don't like to do that too often when I can avoid it. Okay, let's see. Let me try that maroon again, just to hit it. I like how it turns the highlight color kind of like a yellow, more of a yellow than it looked like in the other one. Red maroon with some orange. It's kind of got the orange and like the highlights and everything. Let's look at it with purple dragon with some green highlights. Let's see what that might look like. Purple. I fear that it might be too close to our like toxic one. We'll have to change the line art color as well if we do a darker color like that. But like what if we did the stomach kind of like an aggressive green? Is that what you mean? I feel like that looks too poisonous. Maybe with green eyes. Let me try it. Oh, and then we could do like the scales kind of that color too. It's kind of interesting. Obviously I'd have to like put the highlight back in the eyes. I don't think that that's kind of the vibe that I'm looking for. I think the maroon is a little closer. We can try like a darker color as well. Let's see what that looks like. Oh. Look at this like dark green gray I have going on. That's kind of interesting also. Top 5 Pokemon any gen? I have a top 10 Pokemon video that's pinned to the top of my profile, I think. Oh no, this is for the colors of the shiny. Maroon, it feels like Shrek and Dragon makes me happy. Yeah, you're right. I think the maroon is honestly what we might have to go for. What did I do for the other... How much did I color the line art for like these other ones? I didn't. Also, it was like, I did like dark black for the line art. I think I need to change the line art color. Hang on. Let me do it like an actual like dark. Yeah, that's better. The contrast is nice to look at when it's that dark. Okay, hang on. Okay, and then we'll go to the other layer at the base to like really saturate her. Make sure we're getting all the contrast out of here. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I do like that a lot. Okay, And then for here, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay. Just color that all in. Okay, and then we're gonna go to this one. We're gonna color on top that. Yeah! Oh, that looks so fire. That looks so sick. Because then that gives you your classic, like, red-brown color that dragons tend to come in, and I like that about it. I'm a fan of that. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick with this color, because I am enjoying that a lot. Cool to have a dragon type with lots of color forms, like a D&D reference. I just found out recently that most colors of dragons are evil, and it's only like the metallic ones that are like, well, okay, evil. Most of the time in Pokemon, not in Pokemon, in D&D, apparently, like, certain colors of dragons are evil, and green is the evilest of all, typically, which I think is weird. I think that's weird. I think some dragons should be nice, and I don't think it has to be just the metallic ones. I think that it should be most of them. I like when Pokemon have different forms. Like Minior. Minior really cool. I think that's really nice. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go just like a darker... Ooh, my brush is too large for this. But I think I'm just gonna go a little darker for the scales. In the color that I already have. I think that's perfectly fine. Kind of a darker burgundy here instead of this kind of burnt orange or like rust color that I have. Should I change the color of the stomach? Maybe. Let's see. Let's play around with it. What color could I do? Maybe like more of a golden yellow. Ooh. That's kind of cute. Or what about, like, orange? I think that's kind of too similar. I don't like that as much. We could always go in a completely different direction, do a green. No, that sucks. That sucks a lot. D&D has that problem with evil races. Yeah, I think it's strange that there is just like, oh, they're bad. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. I think gold was my favorite, though. I think that's pretty cute. I think that's pretty good, and I think I want to call it Drakeon. Do you guys have any other name suggestions? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, do you want to see like a little peek behind the camera? Yeah, but it's... I'm saying Drakeon with a K. But they have... Yeah, exactly. Like how Quantico spelled it. Because they have Drapion. It's like a scorpion, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I don't know. The reason I like Drakeon is because it's like a dragon that's on 4 legs and doesn't have like a doesn't have any wings or anything. So here's a little look behind the camera for y'all. When I'm doing for videos, I have to have the like, who is that Pokemon thing? So I always draw this like, this little this little like blacked out version so that I can be like, oh, what would it look like if it was this Pokemon? So this is how I do that as well. But yeah, I think I was just planning on having like a short little stream. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it's very cute. I think it's very sweet. I know it's pretty cool when I do the silhouette. I try very hard for when I'm doing these like Pokemon designs that there's an idea in art where it's like if it doesn't have like a noticeable silhouette or like a recognizable silhouette, it's not that great of like a character or something. And so they do that a lot for like their static poses for like anime characters and cartoon characters in general. Like you want, if you could see the silhouettes of all of your characters all at once, you could like pick out which ones were which, and that's like, it's good in the design world. Yeah. And so I've been working pretty hard to be like, oh, could you recognize what that is? And that's kind of, I feel like, I don't know if it was on purpose, but I feel like that episode in Pokemon where they're like taking the quiz with the silhouettes and everything is kind of like making fun of that a little bit, and I do enjoy that. But I just wanted to have like a short little stream while I was working on this. It's been like an hour and a half or so. But so I think I'm gonna. Ooh. You guys are on TikTok are almost at 20k likes, and I think that I will open a Pokemon card pack for that because you got so close in an hour and a half stream, and I think we'll honor that. Jigglypuff has seen it from above. Exactly. Everybody say thank you so much to TikTok for all the TikTok likes. Let's open a card for y'all to commemorate your achievement. Alright, here we go. Journey together again. What energy do y'all think that we're gonna find in here? We also got a few subs over here, so for the most of the way effort for both of those combined. These packs in this box open so much nicer than the packs that I got in the other one. I wonder about that sometimes, because sometimes I feel like the plastic is a little different. Like there's different places that come out with different like pack. Like the packs feel different than each other. All right, you think grass? Sounds good. I'm gonna guess fire because I think that shiny that I created looks like it would be a fire-breathing dragon for sure. I think that's what I would have expected out of it. All right, let's see. 3, 2, 1. It's water type, which is what I guessed previously, but alas. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the best Shelgon card that has ever come out. We've got Milcery, Paldean Wooper. It's always a good pack of Paldean Wooper. Or with a Wooper in general, but this one's Paldean, of course. We got Black Belt's Training. Got Pangoro. Grimmsnarl. We got the funny card that I will not be saying. We've got the Reverse Excelgor. Reverse Kecleon. That's a really cute Kecleon. I like that art a lot. And another Ribombee. I think that's perfect, honestly. We got Lily's Ribombee in its other form. That's perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Which evolutions have I not drawn yet? Well, I've only drawn 4, so all of the other ones. I've drawn... Now, this is Dragon that I've just done. Here, I'll switch it over so you can see it again. I've just done Dragon. We did Poison, we did Normal, and we did Bug. So every other evolution has not been drawn yet. It's not been drawn yet. Alright, so we're gonna first say goodbye to TikTok. TikTok, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. You guys joining in. Sending so many gifts. You guys were so kind to me in this short period of time. But I will see you guys next time. Will be streaming again tomorrow morning, so I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And then y'all over here on Twitch, let's go raid somebody, because why not? Why not? That'd be fun. Let's go see if there's anybody around. Because I never stream this late, so I don't know who typically is playing games at this time. Oh, shiny hunting over there. Oh, let's go raid Sunny. I was in her stream earlier. That sounds good. She's shiny hunting, I think she said Alpha Snorlax. So I think that'd be fun. Thank you so much for being here, Pcaster. I was hoping that maybe my streaming like at a later time might let some other people who aren't usually able to join in, and I'm seeing some different names in the in the little stream avatars down below, so I think that I was correct. We were able to catch some people who aren't typically in here. Maybe we'll do a gaming stream in the evening some other time, but this time I just wanted to do some doodles. I just wanted to draw as is my standard. But I will be streaming again on Thursday in the morning as per usual. So if you usually catch me at my normal time, I will be there. Yeah, let's go raid into Sunny, show her some love, get some channel points while you're at it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
I didn't realize that was them. Hi, Finn. How is it going? How was your stream? What were you doing today? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. You know what's so funny? Is I'm waiting for an ad to run so I can run and pee, and then I was going to stop hunting.
You combed through every last piece of evidence. You made the final, impossible connection. And all the while, you were soaking in the bath. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
With Amazon Lens, you can take photos to search in the Amazon app.